Hello, in this video I am going to be talking about your faith and breast cancer. How do they interplay? What are some things to be aware of? And how can you continue to take the best care of yourself? Before I go on, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to our channel. We're always putting out interesting topics, and not just ones about treatment and cancer, but how to heal and take care of yourself along the journey. And this is one of those. A lot of you have written in about how your faith has helped you, and we do want to talk about that. And for people who maybe haven't been taking part in their faith tradition over the last few years or months, you may actually find yourself returning to your faith around your breast cancer diagnosis and treatment, or maybe when treatment's all over. Our faith can be something that's a source of great comfort to us. We might lean on this idea of a being greater than us. And when we talk about faith, most faith communities talk about the community aspect of it, as well as the faith in something outside themselves, something bigger than themselves that they feel they're a part of, and that they feel they're taken care of by this being or beings, if it's a polytheistic faith. And all of these can be so comforting and so helpful during a cancer journey. We can feel so isolated when we're going through something stressful. Even when people love us and are there to help take care of us, they don't know our needs. We might not even know what we need in that moment. And a cancer diagnosis and its treatment can be really isolating. Tapping into your faith can help you feel less isolated. I'll get to that more in a moment, because for some people it goes the other way. How do people tap into their faith? Well, some people can return to a house of worship that they used to go to. They can return to a community that's been welcoming and warm and caretaking. They might pray, that you can pray on your own anytime. You can pray when you're driving, when you're walking, as you're falling asleep, when you wake up in the morning. You might have other rituals that can be very comforting to you. Things like lighting a candle, things like lighting a candle, then praying or reading from scripture or the holy book your faith tradition communes with. You might find a poem that reminds you of something that's bigger than yourself, that can take care of you and hold you when you're going through this. There may be other rituals on your own or with other people. Certainly many people find that they feel most connected with their faith when they're out in nature, or with music, or with one or more other people. So there are lots of ways to rekindle your faith, to practice your faith, and as always, we'd love to hear about what your faith means to you in the comments below. Write anything you feel about, share anything you want to with this community, what's been useful to you. Now, of course, as with all things good, there can also be a dark side. Some people actually find that they feel disconnected from their faith. People in their faith communities may sort of bypass the spiritual harms that people are going through. So they may say, well, everything's taken care of. This is happening for you, or God's looking out for you. And that may not work for you at that moment. You may wonder, everything works for a reason. Are you telling me I did something to cause this? And there are faith communities that bypass this notion that sometimes things happen that are just bad, and that maybe you don't resonate with this idea of a God that would let this happen. So faith communities can also be fairly constricting and isolating, and may have messages of, if your faith was strong enough, this wouldn't have happened to you. That's really turning something into a weapon. And I'm sure many of you can identify with that as well. So there's good things and there are bad things with our faith communities and the way we were brought up, just as there are good and bad things with many things in our life. So you may feel you're isolated from your faith community, or you may have religious trauma that may be making this diagnosis and its treatment and the aftermath even harder. So I think it's important for you to know we see you, and there's space and room for your entire experience. You may also find that faith-based advice contradicts the type of treatment you want or are receiving. So there are some faith communities that reject anything from allopathic doctors like surgeons and radiation therapy doctors and medical oncologists, and they may tell you that to be part of their faith community, you can't receive treatment, the kinds of things we talk about on our Yerbba channel. And that can make you feel really alone and create a fracture between your faith community and what your doctors are telling you. That can be really hard. And you may actually find that being with your faith community or steeped in those traditions may be painful for you. This is where talking with people outside the faith can be helpful, and seeking secular forms of support so that you don't cut off all sources of support, while maybe staying connected with some of those core beliefs that are helpful to you. The idea of a loving God may be helpful while you look critically at those other things. This can be exhausting, and we know that's the case. I've covered a lot. You know, this can be just a first video about your faith and breast cancer and how they intersect. We will respond to your comments. We get back to you within a week to 2 at the latest, and we always can create new videos that address other aspects of your experience. Thank you for watching.